hello. Is this thing on? Are we live now? All right. Everyone, welcome back to the Education Unplugged podcast. Today, you will be joining me and also my friends, which are,
Hi, I'm Auni.
And hi, I'm Amirul.
yes, and we will be talking about a serious issue, that being mental health issues among students in South Korea. So, before we dive deep into this topic, I would just like to ask you guys, what do you generally understand about what mental health is actually?
Okay, as from me, what do I understand is mental health is about our feeling, thoughts, and how we cope with life. And it affects how we handle stress and how we make choices. For me, having good mental health means feeling good about life, dealing with problems well, and having a healthy relationship. And mental health problems also can include feeling very sad, feeling anxious, and more serious condition. And they can be caused by things like genes, by brain chemistry, life experience, or even family history.
All right, that's very, very interesting, Auni. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
What about you, Milo? What do you think mental health is about?
For me, mental health is a crucial aspect of overall health that involves more than just absence of mental disorder. It
Okay.
compresses a state of emotion and physiology equilibrium where individual can effectively manage their thought, emotion, and behavior.
All right. Thank you for sharing that, Milo. Also, a very good point. Me personally, I think that mental health is just the state of mind in which we possess at any current time. It could be good, it could be bad, we could feel sad, we could feel happy, anything. And it could be affected by things that are happening around us at all times, whether and one of them including education. So, to sum it up, yes, I think it's what we're feeling at that time, and it can change at any time, at any point. So the reason I talk about that is in our topic today, what like I said just now, we will be talking about the mental health issues that is plaguing students in South Korea. So, what do you think is causing these mental health issues, if I may ask?
For me, mental health issue among students can be caused by a variety of factors. But I want to talk about academic pressure. I think students in Korea having they're really stressed because they're having academic pressure because their students feel due to high expectation and demands related to their education. I mean, this pressure can come from various sources, including parents, teachers, peers, and the students themselves. I think one of the sources of academic pressure is one of it is parental expectation. I think their parents often have high expectation for for their children academics performance because they be hoping they will achieve top grades and gain admission to top schools. Yeah,
Okay,
so
that's
that's one of
interesting.
it lah. Mm.
So you're trying to say is they have a lot of pressure from outside sources such as being their parents and all that?
Yes, true.
Okay. What about you, Milo?
Me, it's about bullying and social isolation.
All right.
The issue is bullying remains significant problem in South Korea in school and is contributing to social isolation and physically trauma to the victim. So the implication that will happen, the victim of bullying may experience depression, anxiety, decrease of self-esteem or confidence, which can impact their ability to concentrate and participate in school activity.
All right, that was very interesting, Milo. I think you two brought up very excellent points. Me personally, I think a lot of the mental health issues in students in Korea comes from the high expectations for physical appearance. I think we're all aware that South Korea produces many of what they call K-pop idols, and because of
Yeah.
that, yeah, they has enhanced everyone to this point where they think they need to be perfect about everything, whether it be themselves or how they look. And I think because of these high expectations on themselves, they to put too much of an emphasis on physical appearance, and this can contribute to a lot of harm, such as having body image issues, eating disorders, and also just in general low low self esteem among students. So I think that's one of the reasons. But I would also like to put an emphasis on the excessive internet and gaming use. We live in a century where technology is like ruling the world, and how South Korea posts one of the highest rates of internet usage. So I think the more time you spend on the internet, from at least from my experience, a lot of negative can come from it. What about you guys? When you use the internet for too long, do you guys feel like your mood or just in general your mental health goes down?
For me, using internet like usually make my confidence and mental health increase, because if we use like social media and we post something, maybe one of our classmates found it and they would tease us. So they either teach or mock us, cause that will cause my mental health increase in my personal view.
No.
In your personal view, you think that helps. What about you, Oni?
I think I never felt like I have mental health because of physical appearance. Because I think, um, personally, I think
Main akil.
I love myself, so I don't give a damn about what people talk about me. So I don't have issue with that.
As students, I think the biggest cause of all is the education part. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So here are some facts that I just want to like spill out there. South Korea's suicide rate among students as of a study found in 22 is very high, with high school kids being around 3,000 and 3,819 deaths, while the university having 3,401. This was a study conducted and the results are from 2022. So those are very high. I want to ask you guys what you think about that.
I think because of they study really long hours.
Hmm.
So means long school hours because they have additional hours spent instead when they learn at school. After the end of school, they go to private tutoring. So then they
Oh,
don't have time for this for themselves. Instead of just they're just studying and have no time to do other things.
so you're saying it's like basically they don't have time to enjoy life at all, is it?
Yes.
What about you, Milo? Why do you think suicide rates are quite high among South Korean students?
Maybe that the grade itself, I guess, cause if I just know about this, like get maybe 70% and below that the student get it, the for the grading, it's considered fail, if
That
I'm
is
not
actually
mistaken.
true. That is actually very true. I actually read about that, and you're correct, Milo. 70% in South Korea is a failure.
Yeah, if I'm studying there, I will get depressed. Uh, my self confidence are low, and maybe I could suicide.
I think they would say what you just said. They would feel all these types of different types of challenges and would feel very sad. I agree with you. All right.
And I think they can stand with academic pressure in that country
Yeah.
compared to our country.
All right. So, we've talked about the mental health issues that are the reasons that they are caused, but what do you think will happen to the students themselves when they develop these mental health issues? What may happen? Do you guys think?
I think students in South Korea that have depression actually will effects on their individual life, impacting their physical, emotional, and also social well-being. I think in physical health, they will have sleep problems, they will have insomnia, and then they will have physical pain, they will feel headache, and unexplained pains. And from emotional effect, they will feel loss of interest. I mean, they don't feel enjoy living life.
So, like in a way they're just waiting to die. Are you saying that?
Yeah,
Oh, that's very sad, but
true.
I also think that's very true, only. What about you,
Yeah.
Milo?
For me, maybe the student will create a gap, a social gap with the other person. Because
Okay.
if you've been pressured in academically and you've been tortured by the society because you are not that smart, I will isolate myself and maybe I could depress, watch something that to entertain me at the same but at the same time I would feel like damn why because for me if you got that kind of torture and so on, you won't be you won't have any confidence, you won't have anything to keep you moving on.
Ah, I understand. All right. That's a good point, Milo and Aoni. Me personally, I think that because of the mental health aspects, students will develop a big sense of anxiety. And this is coming from someone that personally thinks that he's not that good of a student, he's just an average student. I get a massive level of anxiety every time I think about like my future in education, about whether my grades will lead me to getting like a good future job that can support my family. Do you guys have you guys ever had those type of feelings where you're scared that if you do bad in your grades now, it may lead to a ripple effect of not getting a good job and in the end causing you to have a sad life? Have you guys ever felt or thought that way?
For me, yes, I have that kind of thought to say that you are depressed all the time won't help you.
Yeah,
That's
but
for
this
me.
isn't about depression. I'm talking about the feeling of anxiousness about like you're just worried about it. You're not necessarily sad about it. You just worry about it a lot, you know.
Yeah,
All right. So just one last question. I would say, what can we do to help combat health issues among students in South Korea? You guys think?
I think it's about education and awareness. I think for mental health education, we can incorporate mental health education into the school curriculum to teach students about recognizing symptoms and seeking help. And then for school-based interventions, I think they need to have counseling service.
Me personally, I think when it comes to combating mental health, it all starts from home. Personally, that's what I think because I felt a lot of times in my life when I'm stressed out about not just education but a lot that my family and to a big part of that being my parents are always supportive of me, tell me to keep going, and I feel like that's helped me. Um, it's helped me deal with my issues well. So I think even though it might not be the perfect solution, I think that it's a great solution with how mental health is causing students to like go into whether it's depression or anxiety. So it's I think that's a good solution. The parents and whether it be your siblings need to have a helping hand in helping you deal with all those. Do you have anything to add, Milo?
for me, if you have a mental health issue, then you should seek counselor, official counselor, not your friends, not your family.
But Milo, I just want to ask: don't you think that I get counselors are professionals and they get paid, but don't you think it would also help if they talk to people that they personally know and feel comfortable with?
For me, I have been someone that been backstabbed by my closest friend, my trusted friend. Because if you have a friend and you talk about it, talk about your mental health, maybe the word itself can be spread to other people.
All right, that's
Hmm.
one thing that we may disagree on, but that's fine. We can have our own viewpoints on that. So I think that's all the
Yeah.
time we have for this podcast. So I just want to say last words for anyone, not just students that are struggling, especially students, sorry, that are struggling with mental health issues. Please try to seek help any way you can, and please don't resort to anything that may harm yourself or others. And I hope you guys live long and happy lives.
I agree with Adam. We can educate our parents about mental health, and we can also talk to someone we trust, just like our best friend. It's okay to talk to them. So if you feel like you're not okay, just seek someone that you can talk and you can trust.
Any last words, Milo?
You can cry, you can get upset, but at the end, you need to pick up everything and go with your life. That's all from me.
That's good final words from all of us, I think. Thank you everyone for tuning in to the Education Unplugged podcast. Be sure to be here for next week's episode. I'm not going to spoil what we're going to talk about, but it's another good topic. Wishing everyone a good day and goodbye.
Bye. Thank you.